Okay. Are we live on our YouTube? I think we're good. Yes, I think we are good. Oh my goodness. Okay. Next up here. Go live now. All right. Okay, we're now both live on YouTube and on Facebook. Yay! Oh my goodness, guys. The technical difficulties today. I cannot comprehend on what is going on. But thank goodness things are going better now. Thank goodness. So, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Hello, everyone. My name is Kay. I'll be your host for today here at Learn to Draw Manga. Not manga, it's manga. Now, today is going to be pretty special because we're going to have a special guest named Sabrina, a beautiful woman who's going to be giving us some insight on her journey into creating really cool characters. I lost my train of thought. Sorry. So, as you can see on your screen, we're going to be having this how Sabrina went from copying to creating her original characters in just 4 months. And did you guys know you guys will be also be able to experience something like this, but I will mention about that later. For now, I want to introduce Miss Sabrina. Okay. I think she's here with us right now. Okay, hold on, guys. So let me just check everyone on YouTube and on Facebook if everyone's doing all right first. Are we good, guys? Also, don't forget to download the free manga guide that's pinned in the comment section, both on Facebook and on YouTube. Please do check that out. Yeah. Just checking everybody out, so it's a lot easier. Yes, we're fine. We're doing good. From on YouTube, hello Yeager. Inside Out. Wow, that's a cool name right there. Inside Out. Hello. I can't say good evening or good morning because right here where I am it's actually evening. It's pretty dork. It's pretty dork. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me just... Yeah. Aha. I got it. So how is everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing good both on Facebook and YouTube right now. It's a bit difficult to go back and forth, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing fine. Is there anyone on our Facebook? Because I know everyone's on YouTube, but I don't know. Alright, well, anyways. I just want to see, to anyone who's with us right now, hopefully you guys are. I wonder if anyone here also struggles drawing original characters. You know? Like, it's pretty difficult when you are completely lost and all you can do right now is just copy what you see on the TV or on your computer or on your tablet, whatever gadget you're using to watch, you know. So yeah, I wonder whoever here is struggling with, oh my goodness, with their drawing original characters. How about on YouTube? How about Yeager? Can't tell how fast I pressed this, Yeager said. Thank you, though. I'm glad that you're interested, Jaeger. Sorry. I'm glad that you're interested. Because I will be giving you, we'll be talking about more of that later. Like, what else can you do, basically, in order for you to also start your journey? Because not everyone gets to have a chance, and it's difficult doing things on your own, right? So tonight, we will be sharing with you the journey of our student, like I said earlier, Sabrina, a promising anime artist. She'll be the one to give us a bit of an insight on how her journey has went through, basically. You know, like we'll be what's the right word? We'll be knowing what it's gonna be like if you started your own journey to finally begin creating your own characters. You know, like a see through to the future. That's a little overfetched, don't you think? See, a peek to the future just from this interview? Well, technically speaking, possibly yes. You know, if you're if you're really gonna focus, or like if you really want to go on this journey to finally create your own original character, to create your own manga, or maybe even make your own animation, that's cool. Like, salute to you if that's your dream, to making your own animation. Like, that's mind-blowing. Or even your own manga, that's also mind-blowing. But as I want to continue, we're gonna talk about in this live stream, basically, we're gonna talk about how Sabrina was able to create her original character in just 4 months. 4 months, guys. 4 months. And then we'll also talk about how she gained confidence to post her artworks and create an art page. And the most important lesson for any beginner artist. We will also be we'll also be talking about an important lesson for beginner artists. You know, because when you're doing it all on your own, it's not that easy. So if you guys have any questions, I would suggest to please leave those until our Q&A, because after all, we will be having a Q&A portion in this live stream. So yeah. And also, please stick until the end, because you guys will be able to find out, or I'll be giving you guys how you guys can work with a pro Japanese manga and anime artist. Yes, you heard that right. You guys will be able to work with an actual Japanese mangaka. What? How? What? That is pretty cool. Like, I can actually do that? Technically, yes. We'll be giving you that chance, guys. So stick around till the end to find out how. So now I'm going to introduce to you Sabrina. Yes, not Sabrina Spellman. No, she's not here. This is Sabrina's artwork, by the way, and let me tell you, her journey is pretty inspiring. You know, so she started off on January 2023, I believe, right? So let me now bring her to the floor, you could say, Miss Sabrina. Hello, Sabrina.
Hi.
Hi. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, you?
I'm doing fine. A bit anxious from the earlier mishaps, but I'm pretty fine. So, my first question, if you don't mind me asking, when and how did you start with anime and manga drawing?
I started in summer 2021. So during actually during the quarantine for the COVID, I started watching anime because I had nothing to do. And I really liked anime and the characters and the stories. And summer 2021, I started to think that, oh, I want to draw my favorite anime characters. So I tried to draw some of my favorite characters, for example, Kakashi from Naruto and Megumi from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Mm-hmm.
But I never really took drawing lessons or anything, so I only could copy the characters.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that is a struggle at the beginning, huh? So, oh, sorry. So, what was the beginning of your art journey like back then as a child? How did it completely start? Like,
So
yeah.
when I was a kid, I my mom used to buy me lots of art supplies,
Mm-hmm.
and I had pencils and pens to draw literally everywhere. So I had colored pencils, I had markers, I um, I even had pencils to draw in the bathtub and on the windows. So I was always creating some little drawings everywhere, and I was really interested in colors actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a lot of paintings with my mom, and obviously it was, I mean, child level, so it wasn't exceptional, but I really like to create. But as I grew up, I wasn't satisfied with the art I made, and I didn't think I was really good. So I kind of lost that that habit of drawing and painting as I grew older, and as I got into elementary school and then high school. It
Mm-hmm.
was an activity that I lost completely until I discovered anime.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So, what in particular did you want to draw? Like when you saw anime characters, like what was the style, or like what in particular, literally? Like, did you have something specific in mind that you wanted to achieve?
Um, at first I was happy with just copying the characters. It was enough for me. But the more I got into anime and the more I got into drawing, I wasn't satisfied enough with copying. So I wanted to go more towards the fan arts and doing the characters um, how I wanted them. Maybe not in the same context as the anime, but for example, maybe take a character of a shonen anime and draw it if that character was in high school or if it was in the real world. Or I wanted to modify the character to my taste, but make it still recognizable. And I was definitely not able to do that because as soon as I started to do something by myself that I couldn't copy from an image, it
Mm,
was awkward. It didn't fit in the rest of the drawing. So
yeah.
yeah.
So, to you, like, why is it important that you want to draw these things? Like, why is art important to you?
For me, art is definitely a way to vehiculate my emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's my way to I don't know. It's my way to vent. I mean, it's when I feel
Mm.
overwhelmed or when I just want to have a good time and relax, and I just draw because it's a process that takes time and focus. So it kind of makes me forget everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And since it's creative, I can do whatever I want. I can just, I mean, listen to my heart. That's poetic, but I can just draw what I want, and I know that no one will judge what I do. And yeah, for me, it's a good way to transport my emotions on the paper, so that then I'm good, I'm okay, and furthermore, I created something great. So yeah.
That's, don't think it's too poetic because actually, when you think about it, everyone has everyone feels that way when they're so passionate about something. So it isn't really something to be either ashamed of or think that it's too corny or anything. It's really how everyone feels when you're really strong and passionate. Like for me, um, with my singing and uh, I love it so much. Even when I was like 2 years old, it was always such a passion. And although some people would think that it's a bit corny that I say like I just love it, and they're like, oh, it's just singing. Why is it like that? Because it's an emotion. So it's really fine. Now, before finding the course, and what were the things you tried in order to learn how to draw anime and manga artworks?
I tried to watch some tutorials on YouTube, but they were either too complicated for me, or it was just a video to teach you how to, for example, I don't know, how do you draw a anime guy face. So it's just you ended up doing the same thing as the artist on the screen. So it was the same thing as copying for me, and I was already good with that on my own. Otherwise, I followed some anime artists on TikTok, and they were really, really good artists. And it kind of discouraged me a little.
Aww.
I mean, just saw these artists that were so good, and they would teach you how to draw a hand, for example, and mine would end up such so ugly compared to them because they had so much experience. So I really got discouraged because I couldn't find any tutorial on my level. So eventually I stopped searching for these kinds of tutorials and just continued my copy things.
I see. So, what else did you find frustrating during those times?
For me, actually, I think the most frustrating thing was that I was not able to recreate what I had in mind. So there was something in my mind that I really wanted to draw a character in a certain way, and I just couldn't recreate it as I saw it in my head because I didn't have the techniques and the basics. So yeah, as soon as I wanted to make something that I couldn't see on paper, for example, on Google Images, or if I couldn't see it with my eyes and only in my mind, it never ended up as I wanted it. So that was the main frustrating thing for me.
Yeah, like if we could only just freaking print whatever's in our brain. Yeah, right. Like, I want this thing to be on paper, yet it won't translate right. It's very frustrating. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you said that you started with copying artworks, right? And what happened when you first tried to draw a character on your own?
When I first tried to draw a character on my own, it was okay because I used several references, and I mean, yeah, I'd say I used several references, but it still wasn't. I mean, I think it wasn't really good because I had absolutely no basics at all. So I just tried to recreate the positions of the lines on an image, and then, for example, I'm gonna take this haircut and put it on this face. And I tried to match some things together. So for the lines, I was kind of good to recreate, but yeah, I had no choice but to take several references and put them together. But since I had no basics, I couldn't really add my style to it. So again, I just tried to copy some references together and say that it was an original character. And if I tried to use no references at all, then it would end up really awkward because I had absolutely no anatomy basics. I didn't know at all how it worked. So yeah.
All right. Sorry, hold on. Um, my next question is like, you once told us that you thought innate talent was needed to draw. What made you think that when you said that?
I think I think it takes me back when I was a kid because
Mm.
I well, I still am, but I was very perfectionist, and I hated to do things that I wasn't good at
Yeah.
because I thought that it's really wrong, but I thought that the value of doing something was if you were good at it, and if you weren't good enough, you just shouldn't do it because it's not worth it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that I don't encourage anyone to think that way. It's really not a good way of thinking.
True.
And I kept seeing, I mean, I think I thought that way because I didn't know any artists exactly in my family or in my close friends.
Mm-hmm.
So I never got to see what an art journey really was. And I was only seeing artists on the internet with their achievements. And I never really stopped to think that, oh, maybe it's been 5 years, 10 years that they've been drawing and they started at the same point that you are right now. So the fact that I never got to see an artist's journey from beginning to end, I always thought that, oh, well, this artist was always good. This artist was born with the talent to draw. Um, his or her artworks were always that good.
Mm.
So I had the wrong idea, and that's why I thought that innate talent was needed to draw. But now I know that we all start somewhere. We all start
Yeah.
at zero, and then we work our way up to become a great artist.
Yes. Totally true. Because like perfectionism is one of like I can't deny it as well because I used to think that way. Like it just drives you crazy, doesn't it? It really it's one of the things that you can't help but feel disappointed in yourself. So it really just takes time and patience, especially on yourself, that it's okay you're not good at this on the first try. And it really takes a lot of practice in order for you to achieve the goal that you wanted back then, and probably even more. So, for our viewers, if you're also a perfectionist like me and Sabrina, stop it. Like, I'm not saying stop it now because that's not easy, but take it easy on yourself, guys. Like, eventually, you'll see yourself, or pretty much you'll say to yourself, wow, I did that. I am proud of me doing this or reaching to this level right now. And it's gonna take time, so you gotta have to be patient about yourself. Now, Sabrina, like, what made you decide to finally join the course?
So I'd say this winter I really began to search for ways to really improve my artworks and make sure that I didn't have to copy anymore. So I started to look for some courses online, preferably, or in my town.
Mm-hmm.
And I stumbled upon the free masterclass by Learn to Draw Manga. So I thought we talked about some common mistakes and how to improve on these basic mistakes. So I thought, well, that's exactly what I need because I know that something's wrong with my art, but I don't know what. So I knew that my struggles were probably the same as every beginner artist. So I thought, well, that's a great start. And so I attended the masterclass, and in it, it really helped me to see that it's not that I wasn't made for drawing, it's not that I wasn't good enough, it's just that I didn't have the tools to improve.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the masterclass, you mentioned the anime character drawing course. So I thought that I would get some information on that because I thought it was a great way to get better. And since in the masterclass you showed some students progress, I thought, well, if that's possible for them, that's possible for me.
Awesome. So when you joined the course, what were you expecting to learn?
I expected to learn really just the basics of anatomy. I thought, oh,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to teach us how to go from basic shapes and forms, and to build a character with good perspective and anatomy.
Mm-hmm.
And I really thought it was going to stop at that, just to help us, construct our character well. And actually, it wasn't only that; it went way further, and it was great.
Oh, something fell. Hold on. Okay. So, what was it like to watch expert anime and manga mentors at work? Now, because now that you're at the course, you were able to witness firsthand these really amazing professionals. What was it like? Like, how much do you think that helped you in your own process? Now that you have uh, our three mentors that are, I'm not gonna lie, I'm just like giddy thinking about it all the time. So, what's it like basically? Sorry.
Well, it was. I think it was really helpful because, uh, well, first of all, the mentors didn't only gave us some feedback on our art, but they also told us about their own journey. So for me, it really encouraged me to see that, for example, Yizawa Sensei, who is a pro mangaka, really struggled at the beginning, and it was the beginning of her journey was similar to ours because she wasn't that good, and it brought me back to the fact that I thought innate talent was needed to draw, and that was the main proof for me that it was really not the case, because we all start somewhere.
Yeah.
And to have the feedback of the mentors really, um, I think it really helped me see. Well, it wasn't in a negative way either. It was really constructive. So
Mm-hmm.
it was really empowering instead of discouraging. And I thought that it was nice because since they have a lot of experience, they could see exactly what was wrong with my works. For example, if I knew that there was something wrong in the face of a character, and I just couldn't pinpoint what it was, well, the mentor would automatically say, well, this shadow doesn't go there, and this is not really natural, so you better do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And it was nearly magic. I mean, it was so much better just by the change of one line or one shadow. So yeah, it was really encouraging to see that, well, I can improve if I have the right guidance.
Yeah. I lost my train of thought for a second, but it's just really amazing to have amazing mentors that knows what you're really going through. Like it goes to show that. So, how fast did it take you to start seeing results?
For me, I started seeing results as soon as 1 month after the beginning of the course,
Mm.
because we saw at the beginning my first original drawing that I did just before joining the course in January. And we started with the face anatomy and hair and facial expression. So
Mm-hmm.
just a month after, so in February, I decided to redraw the character that I did at the beginning of the course, without any reference whatsoever. I didn't look at any pictures on the internet. I just did the character I had in mind.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, it ended up so much better than the first one I did. My lines were so much more confident. The anatomy and perspective were so much better and more natural. Even the haircut was way more natural. So yeah, for me, I really started seeing results as soon as a month after the beginning of the class.
Mm. So, what was something that surprised you when you first joined the course?
It really surprised me how well, first of all, how the basic shapes help you construct your drawing.
Mm-hmm.
It sometimes I wanted to just skip the sketch and go directly to the final character,
Mm-hmm.
and for me, well, at least for now, that's really not something to do. For me, it's always so much better to sketch before, because once you get your basic shapes right, then doing the rest of the drawing is just so much easier because you just have to give it a bit more shape, but you just follow your basic forms, and it's really a great I'd say a great frame to start on. And it especially helps you to get the perspective right too.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that surprised me the most, is that the basic shape are so important.
So during the first few months in the course, like, we can see the results you've gotten, but what did you find difficult at the time?
At the time, I found it difficult to. I mean, sometimes it still happened that I was a bit discouraged because I thought that there were some lessons I was better at. For example, drawing faces, I got the hang of it pretty quickly, but drawing hands and hair, that was really a struggle because I just couldn't get the perspective right. Like, I knew what I wanted to draw, but the it was too flat, or it was just not natural at all. So I thought, oh no, I mean, I was so good at drawing faces and now I'm struggling. So the thought that maybe I wasn't made for it came back, and I thought, how am I going to improve? Since I got pretty good with the faces on my first try, I got the wrong idea that it was going to do that for all the lessons. And it was an obstacle to see that, oh, my hands are not so good, my hairstyles are not so good. So yeah, I thought it was pretty challenging, but I kept going because I had the other student and the mentors and the team from Learn to Draw Manga who encouraged us and supported us to continue, that it was normal not to get it on the first try. And again, the feedback of the mentors really helped me improve afterwards. So yeah.
Awesome. Also, I saw Inside Out's comment, where do I join this course? About that, please stay tuned until the very end of this interview. We'll be giving you the inside out of our course later on. So just hold on for a couple more things, okay? We're still gonna learn more on Sabrina's journey so that you guys can imagine what's gonna be like on your end. Now, continuing on with my question. Even during these times, you still managed to complete the homeworks and work consistently on your art. What motivated you to keep going?
I'd say it really was well, first of all, I really got it in my mind that I wanted to improve and to succeed in drawing my original characters, and I knew that the course was the best and fastest way to that. So I did the homework pretty consistently. Sometimes it was hard. Sometimes I felt that I was a bit overwhelmed with because I had school and work at the same time as the course. But instead of seeing the homework for the course as on the same page as homework from school, for example, I just thought that, well, I like drawing, and even if it's a homework and there are special guidelines I have to follow, it's still a break from all the rest. It's still drawing. It's still relaxing, and the fact that I was going to receive feedback also motivated me. The fact that I had deadlines, the fact that we had some planified meetings for the classes, the support and the other artworks from the other students really helped me see that, oh, we're all in this together. And it's part of why I also joined the course, because I knew that if I had some deadlines, if I wanted to receive the critique on that day, well, I had to finish this artwork by this day, for example. So that was what really kept me motivated, and what encouraged me to follow up on the homeworks and not take any delays.
I see. Now at this point, do you still think innate talent is needed in order to draw?
Absolutely not. I think you just need the will to draw. I mean, if it's important to you, if it brings you joy, if it's good for you to relax, and if you really want to do it, you of course you can do it.
Mm-mm.
And no, for me, because I actually I don't think that anyone has the innate talent to draw. I just think that as long as you have the right tools and you take your time, you put the effort, of course you're gonna become a great artist. Because um I mean, when I think about it, actually it was really such a I'm sorry, but it was really such a dumb thing to think that it was in it, because I don't think that drawing is an innate talent anymore. I
Mm-hmm.
just think it's impossible to be good at drawing on the first try, because there are some specific things you need to learn. Maybe it's possible that someone progresses faster than someone else, but it doesn't mean that this second person has less talent or is going to become a less good artist than the first one. It just means that you have to go at your own rhythm, you have to put the effort,
Mm-hmm.
you have to put the time, and there's no way you're not going to become a good artist.
Yeah. So, what is your proudest moment so far in the course?
um I'd say that my proudest moment was it's funny because nearly every time I do a drawing, I'm like, oh, this is my best one, and then I do another one after it, and this is my best one now. So so I think my proudest moment would be the last drawing that I did, because
Mm-hmm.
uh, it was the first time that I did something like this, and instead of just, I didn't just create an original character, or
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to explain it. So I don't know if any of you watch Hell's Paradise, the anime,
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, I really love that anime, and I had the idea to draw Gabimaru as a Tensen.
Uh huh.
So I thought, well, that's a good idea, because that brings me back to what I originally wanted to do. So be able to draw a character, a recognizable character, maybe as something else.
Mm-mm.
So I used a bunch of references, but in the end, I don't consider that I copied.
Yeah.
I really created
Mm-mm.
the character on my own, but it ended up um, recognizable as Gabimaru. But it was always recognizable that I did it as something else, but I kept enough detail to recognize the original character, and I changed it enough to know that it was not the original character. So
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm most proud of.
So it's like you can tell that it's from this anime, but you really can tell that it's also not canon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. And that's pretty impressive because not everyone at a certain level can do that just yet, and that's pretty cool. I like that. Like seriously, that's pretty cool. Like a lot of people would say, "How did you do that? I can't even draw a hand." That's every artist's problem when it comes to the body is always the hand, and
Yeah.
that's such a struggle. Like yeah. So, what are you looking forward to doing with your art? What are you now
So
looking forward to? There you go.
well, I'm definitely going to practice more original characters
Yes.
and to get better with my anatomy, but also um, since we had the lessons on color theory and how
Mm.
to draw with alcohol markers, I really want to get better at giving a more 3D effect to my drawings and making them
Ooh.
look less flat.
Yes. Yes.
And I really want to get better with not the realism, but
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure that my characters look more and more 3D and more detailed also. And I don't have any project to do commissions so far, but
Mm-hmm.
I really want to get into digital drawing.
Ooh. Yeah.
So yeah, when I'm gonna finish the course,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to invest in some digital setup, and I'm gonna take everything we learned in the course to apply it on the
On this.
digital side. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I remember trying it out for the first time because I like to draw eyes. That's the one thing I can do right now. is the eyes, like any other artist, right? Beginner artist. But when I tried doing digital, I'm not trying to scare you though, Sabrina, but it's like so different when you do it digitally. Like, what am I doing wrong? Why does this look different from when you're doing it on pencil? So for those artists who, like Sabrina, wants to achieve going from traditional to digital, there is still some stuff that you're gonna have to consider. But I am excited to see Sabrina's journey on the digital part of her journey now. Other than that, what else do you want to learn?
Um, I want to definitely work on the backgrounds.
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I want to learn really how to have good perspective for the background because
Mm-hmm.
there are so many things you have to consider. For example, the distance between the background and the character,
Yes.
it's going to change the size of the background. For example, if you draw a town or some buildings behind the character, it's definitely going to change depending on where the character is standing and the
Mm-hmm.
point of view. So I still got much to learn on backgrounds, and that's really what I want to learn next because it's a great way to complement the drawing, and it's a great way to emphasize the character also on the page.
Yeah, yeah. That's actually one of like, other than the characters you're gonna have to draw, it's also the background when you start doing more manga or like trying to tell a story when it comes to your character. I remember, was it Webtoon? I think that whenever they need a background, it's like just something copied from somewhere. And I can't blame them because backgrounds is really difficult on, like, you have to really go into detail, and sometimes it does take time. And then when you're a mangaka and you're just by yourself and you're on a deadline, yeah, that's going to be a bit difficult. You know, you have to like grind yourself to get everything done on the deadline. And yeah, there's still so many things to consider, but again, looking forward to it. Now, where do you see yourself as an artist by the end of 2023?
I see myself, I think that I'm definitely going to be much better, and I think that doing my sketch and drawing my character is going to be much faster, and I'm going to, just get even more the hang of it. Like I'm going to erase even less, and I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
going to be even more satisfied with my drawings. I feel like I'm going to be um, able to really every time I try to draw an original character, it's going to be exactly as I see it. It's going to be exactly as I want it, and I'm
Yes.
definitely going to get better again with the colors, the shading too, because that's what gives so much um, a natural look to the drawing, and it's just so much more detailed
Yeah.
and beautiful when you get the shading right. So yeah, I really see myself as just um, way better with what I'm currently experiencing. So the shading, we learned about the shading, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you're never done learning when it comes to drawing. So
True.
yeah, I just feel like I'm just going to get better and better.
Yes, that's so true. Because, like we always say, actually, um, practice makes not perfect, but improvement. Yes. So you strive to improve with what you have right now. Like, I it may sound a little negative, but complacency is what eliminates growth. So if you're gonna be just satisfied with what you got, you're never gonna grow after that. So yeah, do not be satisfied and keep going and making more goals for yourself, no matter how hard it is. So, like for Sabrina, you guys, sorry, she did it within 4 months, and what more can she improve within the next 4 months? Then by the end of 2023, or by 5 years from now, we might see Sabrina's first ever manga, if ever, right? So it really just goes to show how being patient with yourself and taking time to improve really, it really just makes things a lot better. So I think that's all the questions that I have, but I think maybe our viewers might have other questions. So this is now the great time for our viewers on Facebook and on YouTube to give us your questions, basically. If you have anything, if you have any questions to Sabrina, we'll be waiting for your questions. Slade said the will, the luck, and the chance, etc. Yes. Oh no, there's a Chinese character here. I don't know how to pronounce your name here, but time they said time spent on practice, learning specific skills, knowing different methods to properly make better art, learning anatomy, color theory, lighting, contrast, etc. So art journey takes a lot of time. Very true. Patience, sweat, and determination as well. Yes, along with that sweat. After all, like they say, you did this with your sweat and blood. Yes, that actually does happen. Oh, and now they said, oh, hi, Lynn. Okay, thank you, Lynn. Thank you for telling me what your name is. How do we join the course? Okay, I'll be saying that in a while, but does anyone have any other questions for Sabrina? I'll be the one to answer your question, Lynn. Don't worry. I'll be answering that question in just a short while. But before I say that, before I tell you guys the secret into being able to work with our pro manga artists, does anyone have a question? So that I can finally begin, like, if you guys really want to know about the course, just tell me in the comment section. If you don't have anything, just give me a thumbs up. If you don't have any further questions for Sabrina, that would be great. How about on Facebook? Anyone on Facebook right now? I don't know. I actually have so many windows open. I'm actually unsure. Okay. Anne ask, hi Anne. Hello. Anne ask, what approaches do you use to overcome art blocks? Oh, that's a great question.
So yeah, I want to say that it definitely happened to me to have art blocks. For example, it happened so many times that I had to submit a drawing and I had no inspiration at all. I really didn't know what to do at all. So when it happened, I just did some things that I like. For example, I watched my favorite anime. I read a book, and sometimes the inspiration just came with seeing the description of the character in the book, the images in the anime, the personality of the characters, and the colors. So yeah, I don't know. There's no official recipe, I think, to overcome an art block, but it's really something that happens to me a lot. So when it happens and I have no inspiration whatsoever, I really just do things that I really like. So either like I said, I watch anime, I read a book, or I see my friends, I go out, I take a walk, I eat an ice cream. It's just some things that I really like, and sometimes just the feeling of doing it inspires me. So yeah, just do things you like. That's what helps me most.
Everything and anything will pretty much inspire you. You just need to look at the details. Awesome. I love that. Jennifer asked, did you get support from friends and family for drawing anime?
Yes, I was very lucky to have my parents support me entirely on that. So when I talked to them about the course, they really thought that it was a great idea, that if I wanted to do it, if I felt like it was what I needed to progress, then I should just go for it.
Mm.
And for my friends, well, I don't know any artist friends. I don't have any artist friends, so that's something that I at first I thought would block me a little, because I had no comparison. And my love for art, I can't, um, I have no friend that relate to that. So but even though my friends are not into drawing and are not artists, they always supported me. you know um, I show my drawings to my friends, and they tell me, oh, that's good, that's great, it looks good, or maybe that's a bit weird, you could work on that, even though they don't have necessarily artist eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, my parents are always supportive for me. They look at my drawings and they're like, oh, that's so good, you're so great. And sometimes when I struggle to for example, one day I was drawing a character and I struggled to draw the wrist, because I tried to draw the wrist like some bent in some kind of way, because the character was holding a katana, and I didn't know how to draw it. So I asked my parents, and I was like, "Oh, what's wrong with it?" So I would just hold my pen and show them what I wanted to do. And even though they're not artists, their insights really helped me to get that wrist right on paper. So yeah, it really helped me.
That's nice. Like, at least you get support. And, like, I feel sad for some other people that do not get the support that they need from close family and friends, but honestly, it's just trying to find those people who will appreciate you, in the end. And kind of pitching it in with the course, you'll get the community that you need. But yeah, no, seriously. For any of you guys who are not being fully supported, or sadly also being ridiculed at the same time, don't feel bad that you're doing something that you love. And know that somewhere out there, someone is fully supporting you. Actually, we're supporting you guys. That's why we're doing this. We want you guys to feel that you're not alone in this journey, that you're gonna be able to reach your own goal. So, yeah, you're not alone in this, guys. Another question is from Slade. How your workflow works and tips. Okay. I guess Slade is asking, like, how's your workflow? Like, how do you do it, and do you have any tips in drawing, basically your art flow? There you go. That's the one.
So I don't know if I'm going to answer this right, but for me, well, for now, I'd say my art flow really follows the rhythm of the course, because, for example, we have to submit our homeworks on Wednesday for, well, that's pretty much the limit. So Wednesday, and we get the critique on Friday. So how it works is that usually I use the weekend
Bye.
to get my ideas. So again, I watch anime, I do things I like, I go to work, I talk with my friends. So I use the weekend to get my ideas, get maybe some inspiration. And often when the week begins, so on Monday, Tuesday, on Monday usually I start to sketch.
Before we
So
go to
I sketch my
7-Eleven.
character, and if the sketch goes well and it's really good, I ink it in black. So I do the line art,
Okay.
and then
Okay.
I like to take 2 days to color the drawing, because for me, coloring is really a low process. I need to really take my time to see it, because I do the lightest colors first. So if I miss this highlight, or if I accidentally use the darkest color first, it's gonna be really hard to fix it. So I like to really take my time with the coloring. So I often take 2 days to color the drawing. So for example, Tuesday and Wednesday before I submit the drawing, it's not It's not in my
Oh,
habit
pwedeng
to
switch.
redo a drawing
Para
before
may
I
ano
give the
din.
critique. You know,
Para in case na may
I
line
definitely
na
do a
yung
sketch,
mga...
and then
Hindi pa.
I do the line art and the coloring, but it's not in my habit to do a character again,
Para. Thanks.
especially right after I've done it. I just get the critique, and then I try to apply what was told to me in a new drawing, a new character. So maybe sometimes, some weeks afterwards, I'm gonna try to redo the same character, but not directly after, because I I like to take the critique that I was given to start something new, to start a new character. And maybe I think that maybe that's why I always think that my latest drawing is my best one, because I said it earlier. I said, oh, I thought that this was my best drawing, and then I do another one and I think, oh, that's my best one, and then I do another one and it's the same thing again. So uh, I think that's why it does this, is because I always take the critique that was given for a specific drawing, and then I try to apply it not on the same one but on the next one. So that's how I work.
Nice.
Oh, sorry for the tips. Sorry for.
Yeah, it's okay. Go
uh,
ahead. Go ahead.
so for the tips, I'd say definitely the user preference is crucial. For someone who started copying, at first I thought that using references was the same as copying, so I felt kind of bad. And I thought that, good and great artists didn't use any references. They were always able to do everything in their head by heart. And that's also something that the course helped me understand, is that every artist uses references. Every artist needs um, some help from time to time for references. And it took away my guilt of using references. And now I use so much references for every drawings I do. It's something that comes back in the course often, that I'm told that I have a great use of reference, because I get nearly every detail. I'm gonna have a reference for the hand, a reference for the hair, a reference for the for example, if I draw a kimono, I'm gonna have a references for that. So yeah, my main tip would be use references and don't feel bad about it. But when you use a reference, don't try to copy it. Don't be afraid to add your style. It's not gonna look exactly as the reference. That's impossible. But it's okay, because the point is not to copy, it's just to help you. So for example, I said that at the beginning I was so bad at drawing hands, and the user of reference really helped me. And again, even now, every drawing I do, I use reference for the hand. I always look on the internet for the position of the hand I want to draw. So I don't copy it, I add my style, but it really helps me to get the perspective right. So don't feel bad about using references.
Yes. Now, Inside Out actually, they said, I'm honestly bad at consistency. Any tips?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Inside Out said that they were bad at consistency. So, do you have any
Okay.
tips in being consistent with your art?
Yeah, so I was the same at first. I was really bad at consistency. When I really started the manga character drawing in 2021, I would draw a character, and then 2 months later I would draw another one, and then a week later I would draw another one, and it was really not consistent. And maybe you mean the consistency in the quality of your drawings also. I don't know if that's what you mean, but in both cases, I'd say the course really helped me to draw every week, not necessarily every day, but to draw something every week, and that really helped me improve. So yeah, the main thing for me that helped me with consistency was that it was mandatory for me to draw because of the course. And if it's not in your plan to join the course, I'd say I don't know. For me, I really needed it to be mandatory. So maybe you should. I would advise that you put yourself some deadlines. The deadlines really help me instead of procrastinating or postponing an artwork. Since I had no choice but to do it, it that's what led me to consistency. I don't think I would have made it otherwise. And if you mean the consistency in the quality of your drawings, um, I'd say that I I'd say we all, I guess we all have, but I have my good and bad days for drawing. So some days I'm so inspired and it's so good. My drawing is so as I see it. And other days I can even get the head right. I can even draw the both eyes the same way. It's just so I'd say just don't get discouraged by that. There are some days that it's better than other, and if you get stuck because you can't draw the eyes or the hands or any details as you want it, I'd say leave it at that, go do something else and come back later. That's what I always do when I get stuck because I can't do something. So yeah, just don't get discouraged, don't be afraid to take breaks and come back again later. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. So, last question from Reedon Earl. Um, I'll I'll ask the last one. Like, who are the artists you look up to and why?
So I have two artists that I that mainly inspire me and that I look up to. The first one is on TikTok. Her name is Sophia, and I think I don't really know where she comes from, but yeah, I really like her drawings. She has a unique style, and she does digital drawing. She draws anime characters and her own original characters, but her style is something that I like so much and that I really look forward to, and that's also why I want to start digital drawing. Her drawings are really 3D like. She's really good at using different shadings, different shades, different hues to give her drawings really 3D look. So it's a bit like it really impresses me because her characters look a bit like the ones in the Arcane series. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but the kind of characters that they are animated, but they are so 3D that
Oh, Arcane.
it, yeah,
Yes,
Arcane,
yes,
sorry.
yes.
So her characters really look like these ones
Oh, yeah, yeah.
concerning the 3D and the colors. So that's something I really look forward to be able to draw that way. And the other artist I look forward to, I'm just gonna check it. He's on TikTok, but I follow him on Instagram. And I'm so sorry. Just gonna take a second because I think he's an artist that is really worth following because we really see his progression on his Instagram page. Okay, so it's To Be a Shock, and he draws only anime characters, but he does traditional drawing. But his drawings are are of so much quality that it nearly looks digital because he's so good at it. So the main his main drawings that made me follow him were his drawings of Demon Slayer. So he draws Demon Slayer characters as half normal and half demon. So for example, the Hashiras.
Oh, I
And
think I've seen that.
yeah,
Probably,
he's
yeah.
just so good at the details that it's something I really look forward to be able to do with traditional means, so with my markers. So yeah, these are the two artists that I really look up to, and that really made me say I really want to improve my art because I want to achieve their level of quality of drawing. Yeah.
So thank you guys, viewers, for asking those questions. Now, before we end this interview and before I move on to giving you guys the secret, what's your advice to fellow aspiring anime and manga artists who want to level up their art?
I'd say first of all, don't get discouraged. Never get discouraged. it's a normal thing to have art blocks. It's a normal thing to find that your art is not that good. It's normal. So for me, I think the most important thing when I learn, well, I'm in my process to draw, is that sorry, I don't know how to say it. I mean, you don't. I mean, it's you have to know that it's normal that even though you want to achieve a certain level, you have to accept that there's a journey between where you are and where you want to be. And that was something I really struggled in accepting. I wanted to be good right away. I wanted to achieve this level right away. So when I accepted that I'm going to have some drawings in the middle of these 2 points, and even though I know that someday maybe the drawings that I see on the screen that I was really proud of, I'm going to say, oh, these were not that good, you know, but for now I'm proud of them because I see the progress. I know I wasn't able to do that before. So yeah, that's something I really had trouble accepting. But when I realized that it's a process, and even though it's not the bestest of the drawings that I can do, I know I can achieve more. Even though I want to achieve more, I still have a long way to go, and that's okay because that's what that's what's nice in drawing too. It's the process. You know, you see yourself getting better, you see your ideas getting clearer on the paper. So yeah, you're not drawing to just achieve that future level you want to achieve. You're drawing because it's fun, you're drawing because you like to progress. So yeah, and I wanted to add that even though, you know, you see you see my drawings, you see me as I am now after the course, but and that's what made me join the course, also to see the progress of some students. But it wasn't always easy. You know, there were some times that I really struggled. I thought that I wasn't good. I saw the drawings of other students and I thought, whoa, they're so better than me. I don't have my place here. I don't belong here. But it's really not that. You really have to disregard these kinds of thoughts because it's a process. And even though some are, I'd say, some progress faster, some progress slower, so you don't have to, you absolutely don't have to let that stop you. So yeah, there were some times that I was really discouraged and I saw the homeworks, and sometimes I was really not satisfied with what I did, but I got the critique and then I got better and I took my time, I put the efforts. So yeah, it's not always easy, even though, you know, even in the course I started my journey and it wasn't always easy. It wasn't all, oh, I'm so proud of this drawing, it's so amazing, I'm progressing so much. Sometimes I draw and I'm like, oh, that's not good. I was better last week, I don't know what happened to me. So um you know, don't let that stop you. It's not that you're not good enough, it's just that sometimes you have less inspiration, sometimes you have better days than others. And even if you progress slower than other classmates or other artists or other friends in your circle, it's not that you're not good, it's just that you take more time. But slowly is, even if it's slow, it's still progress. So just keep going.
Yes, I love that. I could not stop smiling the entire time because very inspirational, Sabrina. I love it. I love that tip. So you guys better put that in your brains because it's okay that if you're at this level right now, because in the future, you guys will be able to do a lot better if you just put the effort and practice into your daily lives. Right? Right. Okay. So thank you again, Sabrina. Now, I'll be mentioning again that Sabrina is one of the students in our anime and manga character drawing course. So, we want to empower more aspiring anime or manga artists, and we've been working with students through our anime and manga character drawing course these past few months. Now, if you want to make your time doing art more meaningful and more productive, then we invite you to hop on a consultation call with us. Sabrina's laughing at me of my mistakes right there. Hey. Now, we are on a mission to accelerate your power, your growth all while having fun learning together. You will have amazing mentors to guide you, and I'll be introducing them to you guys. First off is our first mentor, see Steph. This is Steph, and he will teach us how to draw with dip pens, to draw dynamic poses, and coloring with Copic markers. So if you guys got Instagram, pretty much you probably do. Follow him there, as you can see on the screen. You can follow him there. Next up is our second mentor, a professional Japanese manga artist, and she has been in the industry for over 30 years. And she is the illustrator of the iconic manga turned anime Wedding Peach. So for 90s kids out there, you probably know this, okay? You pretty much probably know Wedding Peach. You know, those magical girls that turn into beautiful brides in order to save the day. I know that sounds weird for some of them, but yeah, that's what happened. Now, she also has released her own how to draw book, and she also actually teaches how to draw manga in a vocational school in Nakano, Japan. Alright. Okay, and also, let me also introduce our third mentor, is also a professional Japanese manga artist, and her name is Rena Saya. She's been in the industry for about 20 years already, and she also teaches in a manga school in Tokyo. Now, with our mentors and in this course, you guys will be able to learn these following: the basic drawing foundations, how to draw with dip pens, and how to color with Copic markers or in both grayscale and colored. And at the end of it all, you'll know how to create your own original characters, and you'll also learn how to create characters for a client. So if you want to start doing commissions someday, we can do that for you. I mean, we can teach you that. Basically, we're not going to do it for you, because you're going to do it yourself after all. But what I mean is we're going to teach you how to do it. But we're not just taking in anyone. The better the fit, the better the results. We want to work with aspiring anime and manga artists who want to be empowered. So, do you guys want in? I hope you are, because I saw a couple comments on YouTube saying, so how the heck am I going to join this course? So here's how the process is going to work. Now, this is for you if you're a beginner anime and manga artist who feels lost and stuck and finally want to become more confident and proud of your art. This is for you if you want to stop copying and finally create your own original characters and artworks so you can express your own original ideas, creativity, and feelings. Now, this is also for you if you want to explore your artistic talent and gain more skill and techniques so you can give your art to people that you love or even take on commissions. So if this sounds like you, you're invited to apply to become a member of our anime and manga character drawing course. We are going to start on June 27 on Tuesday, and we will only take in serious applicants. So this is it, the moment of truth. Now guys, we're doing this because we want to empower you, but the question is, will you empower yourself? You're still here with me in this interview because earlier you guys made the decision that you will take action, that you want to do something for yourself for once, and that you want to do better at your art. You want to stay consistent. You want to be able to say to yourself that I did this. I actually did this. So, this is it. The ball is in your court. The choice is in your hands, traveler. Will you take action tonight, or will you stay stuck in the exact same situation for the next, month, year, decade? Who knows? So, we'll be sending you the application on the comment section right now. And all you have to do to transform your art journey tonight is to click the link in the pinned comment section. Yes, it is right there. I think it is. I do so. I do think so. Yes, it is. So it's right there. Just click it and answer the following questions, and then it'll lead you to a schedule, and then we'll see how it goes. You know? Because, like, what will you be tomorrow if you start today? So take the leap, guys. Take this chance. Take this moment. And think about it. And think about it, because if you're gonna miss this opportunity, how are you gonna progress? You know, like, the opportunity is right in front of you. What are you waiting for? Now, don't be scared if this is like some sort of hoax or something. Like, no. Don't be scared. The application, for one, is not a scam. It is just like a consultation call, basically. It's gonna give us a idea of who you are and how we can work with you for you to get what you want from us, which is the course. So, kind of like treat it like an interview at a job or at school to get into the course that you want to be in. It's kind of like that. So there's no prior commitments whatsoever. You just gotta apply, get to that consultation call, talk with us, and then and there you can finally decide whether this is for you or not. Okay, hope that clears things up. But if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to tell me or ask me those questions. I am free to talk right now. Slade said, it's not that I don't want it, it's just I don't have enough money. That's why I said, okay, so if you're worrying about money, and if you don't know how much it is, and I can't pretty much disclose it online, because people vary after all, so what we can do is that just join the call, just hop on the call, Slade, and once the call is there, once you have that consultation call, you'll then find out if we are compatible. That sounded like I'm asking you on a date, but it's not. I'm just joking. No, but seriously speaking though, we're just gonna figure out if if learning to draw, or LTDM basically, is compatible with you or you're compatible with us. Like, we're just gonna figure things out together. So don't be scared right now. Okay? We're fine. We're gonna be, I really hope we're gonna be okay. So just click the application. You can't see me, but I'm pointing at it. Virgo said, how to inquire. What do you mean by inquire? Inquire about the course in itself? During that consultation call, you'll be able to find things out. Like, it's a lot easier to talk with us one-on-one instead of doing this on live, you know, because there are things that we might have to ask you that can be personal. So yeah, that's not a good idea to do it online or live. That's why the consultation exists, so that you guys can be able to inquire all of the things that you need to know about the course during that call. Okay? Jaeger said, my wallet isn't. Oh, you already got into a call. Ah, I see. Well, maybe in the future, Slade. Maybe. So, if anyone else has no further questions for me, I hope well, actually, if you guys have any questions, tell me now. But if there isn't, I think that's it. I think that really is it. So if anyone else has a question, tell me now. Tell me why. Okay, let's not get yeah, it's YouTube, so it's a bit sensitive. So I'm gonna Yeah. So does anyone else have a question? Because if you don't, we're good. I do believe so. So I think we're good. So again, thank you. No, not again. I'm actually saying this genuinely. Thank you guys so much for coming. And to Sabrina, thank you for giving us your time and to sharing with everyone your journey with the course and your journey into the artist. What did I just say? Basically, you shared us your journey in your drawing. There you go. Thank you so much, Sabrina, for joining us. And thank you guys for also being here with us today. Wherever you are in the world, we really appreciate you coming. So, hope to see anyone who did apply. Hope to see you guys soon in our course. Yeah. So thank you guys so much. Good night, everyone. Good night, goodbye, good morning, bye-bye. Basically, bye-bye. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.